Checked.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it's Keith here again at codingblindtech, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at JavaScript. So this is going to be what I'm going to call video number 1 right now, but it may be a mixture until I get things more organized and pre-recorded. That way, so I can have more of a schedule for everyone. But this video, we are going to take a look at how to run JavaScript. So where you can run JavaScript, and that will get us started into learning variables, and then we will learn different data types, and then we'll learn things like functions, loops. Then we'll get into more advanced JavaScript around ES6, ES7 syntax, and then eventually move over into TypeScript, which is something you definitely want to learn in these times and is becoming more wanted by industry. So, alrighty, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our documents. Again, let me mention that I'm using NVDA Screen Reader, and I am on a Windows machine. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new here, please subscribe and click the bell notification icon to get notifications as soon as I come out with new videos. Alright, so now let's get started. We're going to go to our documents with the Windows key plus R.
Run dialog. Open.
Alright, we're going to type documents, all one word, all lowercase.
Text. Folder view list. Documents. Items view list.
Alright, in here I have YouTube-code, so I'm just going to type YouTube, or U.
Notes 9 of 16. YouTube-code 10 of 16.
Alright, YouTube-code. We're going to press enter on this.
Items view list. Index.html not selected 1 of 1.
Now we just have an index.html file in here as of right now. But whenever we move into our second way of writing JavaScript or running JavaScript, we will create a little more. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see.
Index.html.
So
Selected.
we're going to unselect this with control space.
Not selected.
All right, so that gets it unselected. We're going to open up this folder in Visual Studio Code. So to do that, for me, I'm going to, whenever I downloaded Visual Studio Code, and I'll put a link for that in the description to download. Whenever I downloaded Visual Studio Code, you can add it to your list menu for opening directories, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to press Applications key,
Context menu.
and the shortcut key it's looking for is I.
YouTube-code. Visual Studio Code. Document busy.
All right, so this is already a trusted environment, so it's not going to ask me if I trust this workspace, because I do. So inside of this index.html file,
/ header greater. No indent less bang doc type HTML greater.
So what I have here is just a template that I'm getting started with. It is what I wrote in part 1, and I'll put that video in the description below as well. So I wrote in part 1 of editing code while using a screen reader. I wrote out this file, so we're going to use this to read JavaScript, and then we're going to use Live Server extension in Visual Studio Code, VS Code, to view our JavaScript. So our HTML page, which will have our JavaScript in it. Alright, so here's the first way you can run JavaScript, and that is in between script tags inside of an HTML page, and you can, there's two different places you can place it. You can, one, place it in between the head tags right here.
Less HTML length, less head greater.
So less head greater.
/ less meta char set equals less meta HTTP less meta.
And I'm just down arrowing through it.
Less title greater my first web page less / title greater. No indent less / head greater.
All right. So we can go, we're in our less / head greater. We're at the ending or the closing tag. All right. So this is the first place that we can put it. The second place that you can place your script tags is in your body. So typically at the bottom, right above your closing body tag. So in order to run JavaScript, we're going to place them in our body tag. And the reason why it depends on what you're loading. So if you're loading some type of scripts that need to go with your styling for different type of transitions and things like that, then you're going to need your script tag to be placed in your head. So you're going to want to usually place it right above the ending head tag, or usually it would start right underneath your title. But the main goal is that this is things that you want loaded in whenever your HTML page loads. And that is because your HTML page will render from top to bottom. So it will load in what doc type, it will load in your HTML, any attributes you've set for this page, and then it will load in your head, which is your metadata, your title, things like that, and then your script, your CSS files, stuff like that, and then your body gets loaded, and the last thing to load would be right above the less body, the less slash body greater tag, which is your closing body tag. So for us, let's just say that we didn't want our JavaScript to load because it's not something that the user would notice until they interact with it on the page. So we're not worried about it loading first. So we're going to go to the bottom of the page, Control Home.
/HTML greater.
Oh my goodness. The bottom of the page, Control End. Now we're going to up arrow.
/body greater.
We're going to up arrow again.
4 space less footer greater less slash footer greater.
So here's our footer closing tag. So I'm going to go to the end of this line with end, and then I'm going to press enter twice to move down. We're going to create an HTML comment. And the way that you create an HTML comment is you do less than, exclamation mark, dash dash, and then your closing tag will be dash dash greater. Now, VS Code will do that for us. It will close our tag. So I'm going to do less than, exclamation mark, dash dash, and then I'm just going to press enter. And that's going to indent me into this block.
4 space dash dash greater.
And if I down arrow one time, you hear dash dash greater. So that's a closing comment.
Space blank. Line feed.
So we're just going to put starting JavaScript tags. That's our comment. Now I'm going to go to I down arrowed to the closing tag, and I'm going to go to the end of this line
feed.
And then I'm going to press enter twice. And then now we're going to start our JavaScript. So first we need to create our JavaScript tags. So less than script, so script greater than. Now again, VS Code will do our closing tag, but we're going to do it in this case because you need to get your hands and brain used to closing your tags, just in case. You know, it's good to know. So less than / script greater than, and that's our closing tag. So now I'm gonna control left arrow,
script greater less,
control left arrow again,
script greater less.
Now I'm a left arrow without the control.
Slash less greater less.
There we go. So now my cursor's in between the greater than and the less than sign. So the ending greater than of the opening script tag, and then the less than sign of the closing script tag. I'm in between there. I'm going to press enter.
8 space.
So it's going to indent me, and I'm inside of this script tag block.
4 space less slash script greater 8 space blank. 4 space less slash script greater less slash script greater.
Now here's a good thing to know if you listen to this again.
Less slash script greater less slash script greater.
That is an error. That is two closing script tags, and VS Code will do that sometimes. That's why I have gotten into the habit of just letting it close them for me. But sometimes if you double close, it already has them there, and it won't take them back out. So we're actually going to remove one of these. To do that, we're going to go home.
Less.
That puts us at our less than. So we're going to control shift right arrow.
Less slash selected.
and then so we've selected less slash, we want the script,
Script selected.
and now we get the greater,
Greater selected.
and now we delete
Greater.
backspace. Here's another thing to note. If you press home twice to go to the beginning of the line,
Space.
so I pressed it one time there and you hear space, that's because it's actually all the way to the left at the beginning, even in front of the spaces, the indentation. If we press home again,
Less.
it takes us to the less sign. So just pressing home again
Space.
goes to the beginning, and then pressing home again
Less.
goes to the actual beginning of where our code starts. So that's a good thing to know. All right, so I'm going to read this line.
Slash script greater.
That's correct now. I'm up arrow one
No
time.
indent blank.
Now, sometimes you'll create the indentation and you'll move on down the line and it'll take it away. So we're just going to press tab to get it back.
8 space blank.
There we go. It gets
Line
it
feed.
back in one shot. All right, so if you're seeing tabs, you can press F1 and then type spaces, and then you'll see convert tabs to spaces. Press enter on that, and then you'll get spaces like I have. All right, so this is how we render JavaScript or run JavaScript in HTML, like in HTML document. So I'm just going to type some code here. I'm not going to explain this code because that's going to be for future videos, but I'm just going to type maybe even just one line, hello world, and alert that way so we see it. So now I'm going to not explain any of this code because, like I said, I'm going to do it in a future video, but it kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with JavaScript as well. So I'm going to create a variable let space. So let is a keyword. Like I said, the next video, I'll tell you about all this. So let name equals quote Keith quote, and then I put a semicolon. Read this line.
Let name equals quote Keith quote semi.
All right, we're going to press enter. And then we're going to say let
index.html editor
btn equal
index.html editor has
and then we do, now we're going to write some JavaScript here, document dot create element. And again, I will be doing a video on all of this, so don't worry about me not telling you what I would normally tell you, like the things that I'm writing, and where I do spaces, where I do capitalization, stuff like that. This is just video on showing you how to run JavaScript. So
left paren, right paren.
So we're going to create a button.
Right paren, tick, right paren.
And let's do this.
Button selected. Tick, right paren, tick.
We're going to put it in quotes. So we read this line. We're going to put a semicolon. Read this line.
btn equals document.create element left paren, quote button, quote right paren, semi.
Okay. Go to the end of the line. Go next. That's going to create a button for us. We're going to add a name to this button. So, or some text to this button. The way I'm going to do that is btn dot
suggest list,
and then enter HTML equals quote. And now we're going to put our name.
Line feed, quote, space.
So we're actually going to just do name
suggest list,
semi, because that's our variable we have up top.
btn.innerHTML equals name semi.
All right, bt.innerHTML equals name. We're also going to grab our body.
Let btn equals document. Let name equals quote Keith quote semi.
So we're going to say const.
Line feed. Const
We'll just do let
suggest list
body tag equal document dot
space dot.
We're going to say get element by ID.
Get element by ID. Element.
And then our ID is, we actually want to get document.getBody.
Quote. Line feed. Right paren. Quote. Left paren.
So we're going to delete the left parenthesis, right parenthesis. We're deleting the parentheses in the quote, and we're going to shift control left arrow to delete get element by ID, and then we're going to do body semi.
Index.html editor has auto.
This will get our body.
Let body tag equals document.body semi. Let btn.innerHTML equals name semi.
And then we're going to say
btn.innerHTML equals line feed.
We want to append this button to our body, so we're just going to do body
dy
dot append and
Main
then
colon.
our
Suggest
btn.
list. Index dot.
And we're going to Control S to save. We're going to open this in live
3
server.
results. Main landmark. Index.html editor has autocomplete multi-line 8 space body dot append left.
So to open in live server, I just press F1,
Info colon. My first
type live, and it opens up. So
banner
let's
landmark
check
heading
this
level 1 hello,
page out.
World Bang.
Hello world.
Heading level 1 hello, world bang. Heading level 1 hello, World Bang. Heading level 1 hello,
All right,
world
so
bang.
let's come back over here.
Index.h body dot append left paren. BTN right paren. Semi.
And it did not append my button,
HTML
so give me
name,
1 second
let body tag
to
equals document.body semi.
document.body.
BTN body dot append left paren. BTN right paren.
Then we body.append.
left paren.
So we're going to say body.
Body comma, docs colon. dy. Suggest list. Body comma, docs colon.
And then we can append.
4 space less slash script greater. 8 space body dot app. Line feed. App selected.
It should be
Unselected.
append child.
D child. Node colon. T comma. Hint.
And then our node.
Suggest
so
list.
BTN.
Line feed.
And then semi.
Body dot append child left paren. BTN right paren. Semi.
All right, save. And then it's a hot reload, so we can go to the home.
Banner landmark heading level 1 hello, world bang. Heading level 1 hello, heading level. My first web page. Banner landmark. Heading level 1 hello, heading level 1 hello, world bang.
Why is my button not showing up?
DevTools document.
So I'm going to look at my DevTools. You're going to debug this with me. F12.
Shown. Out of edit drawer shown.
And when you hear drawer shown, you want to hit escape.
Drawer hidden. Elements panel property page.
And then we want to go to console. So we want to go to the top of the page and then do Control Insert F and then find console.
Tab console.
Press enter on that and then press escape out of forms mode. I go to the bottom of this page with Control End and then do Shift B.
Console panel property page console settings toggle button.
Then I go Shift E to get to
console panel.
No, Shift B was right because it gets you to the console panel and then you can down arrow.
Clickable error. Link index.html :29 uncaught reference error : body is not defined.
Oh, our body is not defined. So here's what we're going to do. I want it in the main area. So we're actually going to go Control Home. We're going to do Control F to find. And we're going to type main. That takes us to our main tag.
Line feed greater.
We're actually going to give it an attribute of ID equals quote main. And then we're going to go down to our JavaScript. So Control End.
8 space body dot append btn dot inner html body dot
and
let btn equals document L.
We're gonna say, here's a quick tip for you. So Control K.
Only.
Hang on.
Circle index dot html let btn dot inner html equals name semi. Circle index dot no indent blank 4 space less main greater less slash. No indent blank 4 space less main greater less slash main.
Oh, I see. My main tag was side by side.
Line feed greater.
Accept.
Quote selected, main selected, quote selected, equal selected, ID selected.
So we're going to take our ID attribute off because I accidentally put it on the closing tag. And again, I know I'm not telling you much of what I'm doing now, but this is for future videos. I didn't expect to run into this.
Main greater less
let's do
less m a I n greater.
And then put our ID right here.
Less slash body greater 4 space 8 space body btn.
And then we're gonna go back to our JavaScript and we go to
body semi L. Let body tag equals
our body tag. We're gonna delete this. So we selected and deleted. We're gonna say let main area equal document dot get element by ID left parenthesis quote and then it's main.
Line feed right paren line feed. Let btn equals document dot create element left paren quote button quote right paren semi.
And then
no intent.
There we go. So we're going to go back over to our web page.
Main toolbar navigation landmark toggle button toggle device toolbar toggle button not pressed.
And then we're going to get out of our DevTools with F12.
Heading level 1 hello, world bang. Heading level no next button. Heading level 1 hello. Task switching index.h 8 space body dot append child left paren btn right.
Body is no longer defined because
body dot append child.
Oh my goodness. So I put body dot append child, guys, and remember my variable name was body tag. Goodness gracious. So that was a newbie mistake. Sorry about that. So actually we're using our main area now, so we're going to change body
selected
to main area. And we're going to save. And remember, the goal of this video is just to show you how you can run JavaScript in HTML and in between your script tags. So, and then this kind of gives you a taste of what I'm going to teach in the upcoming videos as well. So we save this. We have a hot reload to reload our browser. Now we have
heading level 1 hello comma
hello world. We down arrow one time.
landmark button Keith.
And there's our button, Keith. Okay. So I'm not going to actually add an event to this because I've already went further on this subject than I wanted to, because I have one more way of running JavaScript that I want to show you. It's very important. So, but I tell you what I'm going to do is this is how you run JavaScript in HTML. Then the next video, what I'll do is I'll show you how to run JavaScript in Node. That way, so it doesn't make everything too long. So, but hopefully you learned something in this video. At least you learned how you can run JavaScript in HTML and make a mistake. So I've been doing this for a long time. So that should show you right there that you should never feel bad about messing up. And one of the biggest errors that I find that cause the most trouble are some of the smallest issues and make you knock on your head. So, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.
Index.html YouTube-code OBS 29.